Hi everyone, this is Catherine Gutierrez back with this week's Save Yourself column. And so first of all, I want to say happy anniversary to everyone who has read about retirement with me for the past year, week after week. Congratulations, that's awesome, and I am so grateful for all of you. I'm also grateful for people who take that extra time to send me an email in reflection or with other ideas, even with critiques. I really appreciate all of it. Second of all, I want to talk about the almost end of my no spend month. And folks, it was a trip. That is all I'm going to say. Just as a reminder, this was a month starting August the 16th for back to school where we could only spend money on groceries, we could only spend money on gas and bills, but nothing else. So my kids were all in on it, the husband in on it, we all were here for it. And I want to share just one little reflection on it. So I talk a lot about it in the column today. Highly recommend checking it out. There's some funny stuff in there that was going on in my brain that, man, going unchecked, I mean, it was just a realization of what the brain can do. Folks, like it is savvy. It knows exactly what to say and when to say and how to say it to get us to urgently need to spend in the moment. And that was my biggest observation. So I give some great examples in the column. But here's the other thing that I find interesting about this no spend month, just other than just observing my own brain. I can't believe the degree to which things just worked out. I mean, it is wild to think that every situation where I was legitimately needing to buy something, and I talk about in the column, whether it was a set of bike shorts, a little collapsible water toy, like whatever I needed was worked out, or I didn't need it in the end after all. The other thing is, a lot of people talk about starting Amazon wish lists so that you can record what you want, and then whatever is in that cart at the end of the no spend, then you can go buy. And it's a great way to appease the brain. I didn't do that. Instead, I wanted to feel the full thrust of the craziness of my brain during this time. And I said to my brain, if you still want something really bad at the end of this no spend month, I'll consider buying it. But you're gonna have to remember. And folks, every single day I had things that my brain was like, we need this now. What are we gonna do if we don't go buy a new stove right this moment? What are we going to do if we don't, go out to eat and celebrate the end of my kids' first week of school? Like, every parent does that. How can you deprive your kids of something celebratory? Folks, we were plenty celebratory this month. We had plenty of fun. We worked out every single spending obstacle that came in for me. We worked it out. It is wild how much we were able to not spend, how much we were able to save when I would not look back at this month and say that I felt deprived. This tells me one thing. I believe in our life we are spending far more money than we would actually need to be happy. We saved more money than we have saved in a really long time. And I would not say that I was deprived. And the only thing that my brain still wants coming out of this month is a set of kayaks, which I absolutely would have just run out and buy. Because I had started paddleboarding. My kids really wanted to do it. My husband really wants to get into it. We have access. We have a truck that we can carry these things. I mean, it really makes sense in our life to have kayaks. And we absolutely could not kayak because we didn't have them. So, I mean, it was just a plain, we can't do this during the no spend month. But here's the funny thing. During that month, 2 different people crossed my path who, guess what, when I was talking about, gosh, the only thing that I really wish I had was kayaks. We really want to go out and do this, and I do it every few days, and on my paddleboard, and then my husband's using the paddleboard. We can only do it one at a time. Wouldn't you know that 2 different people have kayaks in their garages that they don't use. This is what's wild to me. So I joined a no-buy Facebook group, and I saw this going down. This person needs something and they're about to go buy it at a store. This person has it in a closet and they don't use it. Potters for plants or spaghetti noodles. They're the wrong kind. I mean, it's just wild to see these things happening in these no-buy groups where people are doing exactly what I just said. Like, hey, instead of me just running out and like buying something, can I first check in and see if a neighbor has one of these laying around? So that was my main takeaway, is that first of all, I think that our brains are trying to get us to spend, and it's gonna go to crazy lengths to get us to spend on things that we really, really don't want, don't need, are not gonna bring us extra joy. But second of all, those things that we really do want, we really do need, or we will really bring us extra joy, we might find that we don't have to run out and buy those things. They might be sitting in someone's garage, ready for us to go take, enjoy, and then pay it forward with those things that we have that we don't need, that someone else really could use. So folks, if you were waiting to see how my no spend month went before you decided to do your own, I literally cannot recommend this more. I had originally not understood the value of it, especially because we have a pay yourself first system. We save first, we spend second. But after experiencing what this was like, I just cannot recommend it more. So folks, happy saving, happy no spending, and thank you again for being a reader with the Save Yourself column. I can't thank you enough.